Hello.
Hello there. Is that Yana, the brand new Heavies?
Yes, it is.
Hi, it's DJ Gloss here from Sound Fusion Radio. How are you?
Hi, mate. I'm good, thanks.
Good. Have I caught you a good time?
Yep.
Excellent. Good. Right. Okay. Can I start asking you a few questions then? If that's okay with you?
Yep.
Fine.
Fine.
Okay. So you formed in 1985 in Ealing. Can you tell us how that came about?
Well, just really through love of music, really, and we'd started, the three boys, myself, Simon, and Andrew, had started playing music at school, like on instruments and stuff. So it was kind of a combination of being into music and clubbing and stuff, and being able to play it, and we just kind of started messing around and just kind of playing sort of James Brown type grooves and stuff, which is what we were into at the time. And then it kind of came on from there, really,
Wow. Yeah. So you were sort of instrumentalists in the same school then together?
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah. Have you always played the same instruments, or some of you sort of moved
across
to other
well, Andrew started on drums like me.
Yeah.
I first learned to play piano, actually, when I was quite young. And I kind of packed that in when I got to my early teens, because I just wasn't really into the lessons so much. But I still carried on playing, and I still play keyboards now on the records and stuff like that. But Andrew started on drums and then went over to bass. Simon's always played guitar. So
great combination. So I saw written down that you actually performed alongside James Brown, and hearing that he's one of your idols from earlier. What did that feel like?
That's right. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, we did. We were asked to support him at Wembley, and we basically, we were there, and we, obviously been a fan of his for years, and listening to funk music, you can't really ignore James Brown.
Absolutely not. That's
right.
So,
we ended up on the same stage with him, which was amazing, and he actually came out of his dressing room while we were sound checking. And we were quite excited, so we were kind of messing around and playing some as funky as we could, and he came out of his dressing room unbeknownst to us, and he was sort of standing behind us checking us out while we were playing, and that kind of massively freaked us out. And so went over to meet him afterwards and stuff, which was really nice. He said, "Yeah, man, you guys can play," and all that, which is like the biggest sort of accolade you can have, really. So, it was amazing.
Wonderful. How lovely is that? Well, how did you meet up with the other members, India, Davenport, and the various other people that you've had in? What sort of happened there?
Well, India was signed to a label we joined in America called Delicious Vinyl. She was already signed to them as a solo artist, but she wasn't really doing much. She'd done one record on a soundtrack. So I think they were kind of looking for a band for her to work with, give her a bit of direction. And kind of we came along, and we kind of needed a singer. We'd had a UK singer at that time, but she got ill, so she had to stop singing for a while. So she did that, and then we kind of found ourselves without a singer. So we were like, what do we do? So we started looking around, and our record by that time had our first English record had made it out to America, and a few people over there picked up on it, including a guy from Delicious Vinyl. And I got a phone call one day from him. I still don't, to this day, don't know how he tracked down my number, but he did. That was it. We just started talking, and he said, we've got this singer, and we're kind of looking for a bit of direction for her, and you guys need a singer, kind of. So they basically flew her over to London, and we got together in the studio. That's kind of how it happened, really.
Fantastic.
So we then re-recorded a few of the tracks with her, and we made an American version of the first album. Wow. Which came out there, and that's really what kicked it off for us,
Yeah, wow, that's brilliant. And I wanted to sort of come to this year's album, actually, because it'd been a while since you'd released an album, about 7 years, it said in the text that I was reading. What sort of prompted you back into recording studio, and what was the inspiration?
Well, we never stopped, really. I mean, the thing is, we're kind of, it's like a circuit, you make a record, then you go on the road, and then you make another record, and one kind of feeds the other. So it's something that you have to do. Having said that, we kind of take quite a long time to do it. And we just kind of felt it was long overdue. And funnily enough, we're actually halfway through making another record now. So Our next album will be out first quarter of next year.
Wow.
Which is great. Which actually is just with our English singer Dawn Joseph. I haven't got into this one because we decided to just go down that route, and it's sounding really, really good. Actually, I'm really excited about that. So that's good. So really, it was just having to get it out, And we have actually had one or two things out in between in Japan, and we did an instrumental record that came out a couple of years ago, and various bits and pieces. But really, we've just been concentrating on the live thing,
Yeah, I mean, one of the ones that I get asked for a lot is a rework of Dream Come True of yours, which was done by a French remixer called Pulse.
Oh right, I don't know that one.
It's a good remix. It's done a very, very good job of it actually, and I get asked for that a huge amount. Were there any specific inspirations on the album, or is it just a combination of different works?
Well, it's a kind of our kind of inspirations are kind of constant really, because we're all fans of music, and I've been a record collector for a long time, and so it kind of, your inspiration is kind of ongoing, and you're always feeding it, So it's a mixture of kind of old stuff and new stuff, and also into a lot of different types of music, and obviously a lot of it's black music, but also into Brazilian music and rock and reggae and a bit of classical music and electronic music and all kinds of stuff, So as well as right up to the minute kind of stuff, because I think it's important to keep abreast of what's going on too, And it's all inspirational, It's music is one of those things. If you're really into it, you never finding inspiration in different places, or discovering an artist you might not have heard of, or put something by them you might not have heard. Do you know what I mean? So it never ends really. And back in the day, it was people like James Brown and Kool and the Gang and Earth, Wind and Fire, and they're still as much an inspiration as they ever were.
Absolutely.
It's just that we've been right through their music now, so it's like you kind of look around for other stuff and you pick up other things along the way. And I think the album kind of expresses things that you've heard up to that point, but also things that you're just discovering. So it's kind of a document about where you are at that particular time, and the new album will be the same thing. It'll be a representative of where we are at that particular time.
Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, your music sort of on one end of the scale, you can be sort of acid jazz. On the other end of the scale, you can be such pure soul, and it's and everything
totally,
in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that versatility, and that really comes to the fore.
I mean, we're absolutely, and we kind of embraced that. We've always had this ongoing discussion, particularly when we're with a major label. It's like, well, this is a bit too diverse, a bit too that, and we've always kind of thought along the lines of, well, that's who we are. We do this stuff because we can. Do you know what I mean? We do what we can do, and we just happen to be good at doing a good range of stuff. So we kind of incorporate it in that way. And you're right. I mean, we are very diverse, maybe more diverse than some bands, but that's just how we are. And we're actually thinking now, once we've done this record, we might. At some point, there's a couple of really big covers on this record, this new one we're doing.
Yeah.
And one of them we've done an 80s. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but we've done a massive 80s hit, but we've done it as a funk, like a pure funk tune. So that's going to turn a few heads. And we've also done a 90s R&B tune, but we've done it in like a sort of we've kind of done it in a sort of era that's older than the tune itself, kind of thing. So that's an interesting take on it as well. So, and we're actually thinking about doing a covers record because for that very reason, that we are very versatile and basically taking songs that are completely in a different genre and doing them in the way that we do them. I mean, there's been a few people done it, but I think that we can do it really, really well, and I think we should.
Well, absolutely. So I mean, we'll be there listening
something we're talking about doing.
Yeah, we'll definitely be listening to those and putting those out on air, that's for sure, because, that sort of thing fits right on in with our station and the genres we cover.
Yeah.
Absolutely great.
Yep.
So we'll be coming to see you next Tuesday at the Jazz Cafe.
Right.
We'll be coming down there.
Right.
So what you got lined up for us, if you can share it? I know it might be a bit of a secret.
Well, you'll be hearing one of those tunes I just mentioned.
Really?
For a start. Yeah, but you'll also be hearing, just a live, funky, raw experience. And, our new singer's really something else. So that's going to be very interesting. And we've been doing a lot of gigs lately, and we've really been tearing the roof off in Paris lately. That was bonkers. You know, there's actually some footage of that up online on YouTube, so you can have a sneak preview there if you like.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we just, you know, just do what we do best, really. We're a good live act and we're really on fire at the moment, so it's a really good time to catch us, and Jazz Cafe is a perfect venue.
It's a
you
great
just got to
venue,
get there early so you can find a spot, you know.
Yeah. I mean, we were there only last week, and it did get a bit full up, but we were lucky we were there very early, so we got a good spot, and you know, sounding great, good and loud, and you know, it's a very personal venue, isn't it? Very up close.
It is, yeah, but it is really. I've seen a lot of stuff there, obviously, because that's one of the main venues for the type of music we like. So
absolutely.
But geographically, it's kind of like you really do have to pick your spot, and you do have to get there early to do that. Because once, if you're just thrown in there, you can spend your whole night trying to move out of the way of people who are trying to get past, or you know, go to the toilet or whatever it is. So definitely get there early.
Yeah, without a doubt. So after this next album release, what sort of things you're looking for 2014? You got more tour dates and things?
Yeah, just live. We'll be on the road live. I'm working on another project as well, which probably will come out next year too, which is kind of a slightly more modern thing. But it's very soulful. So you'll be hearing more about that, I'm sure. And yeah, that's going to be called Radio Me, that thing. That's going to be coming out. And just more live stuff, really. We've got lots of gigs lined up as the Heavies, and so we'll be pushing that.
Sounds absolutely great. And I'm just going to ask you, do you want to just sort of shout out your social media and websites and that for the listeners so they can come and find you?
Well, we're basically the best place to find out about everything Heavies related is the brandnewheavies.net. That's our home. Obviously, we're on Facebook and Twitter as well. And that's it, really. That's really where we are. And, you know, if you want to see stuff live or hear a few tracks, there's always stuff up on YouTube. And, you know, there's a few places you can check us out.
That's great. And when the new album does come out, we would love to do a full feature on you, which we'll bring you on our breakfast show. And, you know, we'd have perhaps a slightly longer interview with you then and talk about the album and the individual tracks.
All good.
If you were happy with that, then we'd love to do it.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, totally.
That's brilliant. Well, I know you've got a really busy schedule at the moment, so I don't want to take up any more than our allotted slot. But I just want to thank you very, very much for spending the time with us today.
You're welcome, mate, and thanks for supporting the band and supporting music in general and all that. Thank you very much.
We'll be there on Tuesday, and we've got a couple of tickets to give away as well on the station. So we're
great.
We're looking forward to that, and we'll see you on the night. And
see you there. If you see me around, come say hello.
We'll do. Yeah, we'll try try and see you. That's fantastic.
All right.
You take care. Mate. Have a wonderful day and take care. Cheers now. Thanks.
Take care. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.